What is up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to About Even for another week. We are battered, we are bruised, we are sore, we are sad after a glorious magic round. Happy because it happened, sad because it happened, and I feel awful. Thank you to Neds who support us every day. And in this current state, if I talk about it too much, I might get emotional. That's just such is the headspace I'm in right now. I might start crying with appreciation for how good Neds have been to us because I'm just so depleted of everything. How are we, guys?
Mate, very, very similar feeling inside the Edward Simpson camp. He's flat as a tack, this bloke. Know that. I could have stayed in bed all fucking day and all fucking night and all fucking day and all fucking night. But that's not the way I was reared. I was reared to get up and, dust off the shoulders and go again. Yep. That's what I do. But just knowing I've got the support of Neds, it means everything. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
It means absolutely everything.
Everything. Bro?
I don't want to cry again because I did a bit of that on Friday night. We were very close to glory there, boys.
We were close to glory. Happy accident. In fact, technically, you guys both owe me $500, so I will accept that whenever you're ready.
I'd also love to accept an explanation of how the fuck that happened. I'm still a little bit bewildered.
I honestly, I don't know how it happened. I'll let you in on a little secret, punters and dribblers. We were putting the pot bets on. I may have explained this on the Monday pod. I can't remember. We were putting the pot bets on.
Not we.
Me, I was doing it for your games because you apparently didn't know how to do it.
That makes two of us.
Well, definitely. But so it means that you need to be a little less judgmental when I fuck it up. And I don't know what it was. It could have been a mixture of things. Lots on, brain fried, just,
But
just listen.
No.
Listen, it was a lot on. Now
There wasn't a lot on.
No, but what I mean is
Friday.
No, but what do you mean Friday? We've been out. We've been dressed as Cowboys all day. We've been handing out
For
tickets.
an hour.
Doesn't matter. It takes a lot out of you. And then we've got the fucking cunt. Don't now pretend like it doesn't when we had conversations about it.
We weren't
Don't
that
try
fucked
mad
then.
dog for the punter and the dribbler.
Mate,
we
the
were
next
already
day we
fucking
were.
tired.
No.
We were sitting up there in the car being like, fuck, I'm tired. We had those conversations. It's all right to be vulnerable, Eddie. Be honest and open with the punter and the dribbler. We were tired. And I tried to put the bets on, and rather than using the pot's money, I used my own.
But that's not even what happened.
I didn't even put on the right amount. I don't know how I put 15.
You were sitting in the corner, fucking fully glassed over going, I don't know how to do it anymore.
Yep.
Eddie, what's the number again? 224750. What's the number again, mate?
Yep.
224750. What's the number again, mate? Then he puts on 1500 need. I almost think that you just wanted to put that bet on and you tried to fucking hide
I agree.
it. Trying to be a sick cunt.
It's too dumb to
It's
have
too, and it doesn't make any sense.
I would never ever in my entire life put $1,500 on a fucking Eels.
But then you needed
Sharks
troops.
game.
And you knew we'd follow you into battle.
No, I
It
didn't.
was supposed to put on 150s. Supposed to put on 150s. Fucked it.
I
And
didn't
you
even
needed
ask.
troops.
Right, but so I fucked up.
You didn't have to ask.
I didn't ask.
And you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Bullshit. Anyway, punters and dribblers.
The number's too random and clean.
These losers here are trying to now like, we would always come in and gotcha. Mate, what happened was I accidentally put $1,500 on Eels to win, Eero, was it Eero?
Fox.
And Fox. Eero and Fox scored in the first fucking 10 minutes and we were, oh my God. Would have won 18 grand. And for a while there, it was looking pretty good. Now, I allowed these guys to buy in because I thought, it's a bit more fun.
And he wanted to because it was supposed to be $150 and he made it $1,500.
Why would I put 150 on it? That's the thing. I don't even know why I would have done that. There was I don't know what I did. I still don't know what happened. Anyway, didn't get up.
A lot of question marks.
Didn't get up, but I am now owed money, so that's cool. That's nice.
The Sharks did defeat the Eels 28-18. That's why the bet didn't get up because the Eels didn't win. They lost by 10 points. So the bet didn't get up.
Yep.
Which is annoying, but it did get up for Guru. Had Eels plus 13.5 into KL, Eero, new name, into Fox 850.
Yeah, you gave me a bit of stick last week for the plus 13.5.
Yeah, we did.
But,
Yeah, of course we did.
Yeah, I had a good week. I think me and Brisbane, we're in sync. We've been arch enemies for a long time, but we're in sync at the moment.
Now, Tom and I were talking. We might just need to have a little gander at your bets at some point, just because we saw you put $1 on Connor Watson, and it just
Feels like you're
Can
not
I
putting.
explain myself?
it's raised alarm bells.
It just feels like you're not putting the actual amount of money on it.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a fucking idiot, right? Hands up. But when you share a bet slip after a Connor Watson and there's $1 on it, and you're like, fucking yeah, what's up, party rockers in the house tonight? It's like, what the fuck? It's embarrassing for us. It's embarrassing for the brand.
Believe me, it was embarrassing for me. So the way that played out, it was the pot bet, and you were putting it on for me, which I appreciated. But in order for me to put that on myself, I also had to chuck it on there last minute. So I just chucked $1 on there, so I had the bet slip, and I uploaded the wrong one, which is my fuck up. I'll wear that.
Right.
Check my bet slips, I dare you.
We're going to have to, mate. We're going to have to, because that $1 was... It made me feel sick, honestly. I was like,
You know what the worst thing was?
But also, but if it was 50 to 1, you can put $1 on it. But it wasn't.
It wasn't. Well, I already did that this weekend. That's fine, though.
it was 48.
It was 48.
49.
I checked. It was like 48.90. So.
48.90.
Yeah.
We round up here. Yeah. A big round up, guys. That reel that I uploaded to with the $1 bet slip, Rigney made it live. It was at our show. I was uploading it because we're in that cave. It took fucking forever. Then when it had about that much to go, my phone died. So then I had to do it again. So it took me like 30 minutes to get it up, and then I realized I completely fucked it out. And got relentlessly
I thought you
bullied
deleted
for
it
another
as
day.
well. I was trying to find it next day. I was like,
Nah.
oh, this pussy's deleted
I'm not a
it.
delete guy.
No, good.
Take
I
your
was like,
legs.
this fucking idiot.
Take your rugby league.
Did I
legs.
hover over the delete button for a day or two? Yes, I did.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's okay. But you saw the light, and I respect you for it. The Roosters 36 defeated the Dolphins 26. I will say this, just back to the madness of the Caxton Brewing Co. When Connor got over and you were called in for a skull of your bloody Jimmy and Coke, that was good stuff.
Keith, yeah.
That was good shit.
It was great shit.
It was good for the soul.
It's good. Fantastic.
I enjoyed that, an absolute highlight of the night. Again, Roosters 36 defeated the Dolphins 26. If you're on mark and under either team by less than 10.5 at 3:33 and your name was Edward Simpson, you're laughing.
Good bet.
You're absolutely laughing.
Good bet.
Sneak in by the skin of me sack, but that's all you need. Tommy was a Billy Smith short. Guru, either team by less than 6.5, obviously doesn't salute given the margin was 10 points. And the Lippy was short of Stocky. Sebo also had under 52.5 and either team less than 10.5, so he loses because overs and that.
Just a question, and this isn't Stocky's a good man, fan of Stocky. Cooking with Stocky, he's got to think he's got to cook him. Has he scored a try this year?
Yeah, he has. He scored one against the Tigers, I think, in his first game, but that's about it.
It is. Yeah. It is tough for Stocky bettors out there, I'll tell you.
Just on that evening too, I almost had a tear in the eye when Scope stood up and gave one of the great speeches of all time. And I woke up the next morning and I thought, fuck, that was a good speech. I'm going to listen back to it. Fucking audio wasn't working.
I know.
Devastating.
Look over there
I
at Tobler.
don't want to blame anyone.
Look over there at
It's a
Tommy
cracker.
Tobler. Yeah, it was a nice speech, wasn't it?
It's good gear.
We were obviously, I'll tell it, I don't want to tell a lie to anyone. I don't really remember what he said, only because I was so engrossed in what we're doing. It had nothing to do with the fact that I've been drinking all
You were
day.
just so
I
emotional.
was just emotional. I'll start crying again. But it wasn't. I remember thinking that was a nice speech.
Well, I wanted to go for the rewatch and wasn't able to. Which hurt.
Well, Tobler, audio didn't work.
Yeah.
Did it work live? Yeah, right. That'll do it.
I don't know. Have you worked out why yet, Tobler? Okay, yeah.
Crash team investigators.
To his credit, I spent some time with him that night. He was working his dick off.
Oh,
pressing
no, I know.
buttons, and he was going 100 miles an hour.
No, everyone respects Tobler for what he did. Unfortunately, it wasn't the perfect game. That's all.
You have to know what you don't do.
Well, you don't get a fucking, you don't get, what's it called when you get man of the match in the grand final again?
It wasn't a rugby
Clive
league
Churchill.
10 out of 10. Put it that
No,
way.
he wouldn't have won the Clive. He
wouldn't have won
was
Clive.
looking for all money, like getting a Clive, and then
Had a couple of tries.
Yeah, gets sent off, missed a few tackles. Who knows? Knights 30 to defeat the Rabbitohs 4. This was a perfect opportunity for me with a few outs to say I'm going to change this bet. Obviously, I didn't. South unders does not hit.
You guys also talked me out of the pot, but I mean, I know that old mate didn't score, but I like it.
So what are we talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the Knights being the team to go with.
Right.
Because there were fucking Souths were injured
Sorry,
everywhere.
we talked you out of a losing bet. I apologise.
No, but I'm saying in that moment we were discussing who was more likely, and we still came out thinking Souths were the team to go with. And I'm just like, it's annoying to me.
Who was the pot bet?
I'm just talking about the discussions around the pot bet.
That was your responsibility, though.
I'm just talking about the fact we were discussing who the fuck was going to score. It doesn't matter that we didn't go with Gagai. We came out of that conversation still believing in Souths. How the fuck did we do that when they had all those injuries?
Did we do that?
Yes.
I did.
Because we'll
I did send you an SOS message to get on Brady Best as the best value bet.
I didn't get an SOS.
Well, he called me, and I thought I was in
Me
big
and him were
trouble.
chatting.
I don't know what I did, but when
You
Tom
actually go
calls
back
me,
and watch those tapes. The last thing I said, oh, what about Fletcher Sharp? I don't mind him. Scored a hattie.
Well, you could have gone a little bit harder at that with your beliefs, Roo. Jesus.
See, Matty Johns called it.
Yeah, I know.
What a weapon.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Because that just doesn't happen.
Never.
Fletcher Sharp, Knights going like a busted.
The Knights
hat-trick.
don't score 3 tries.
No, absolutely not.
Fletcher.
Shout out to Matty. Incredible betting. Warriors 30 defeat the Cowboys 26. Purdue and Nanai cross for me. Tom had Cows 13 plus in Purdue. Doesn't get it. Same with Sebo. Lippy, who cares?
Of course you hit another one, you
We throw to Guru with a 48.90 bet that is comfortably the biggest of the year. Rui, take it away.
Yeah, pretty happy with that one. That's your bet slip too, by the way. Enjoy that.
I mean, fuck, you have to show them after you put $1 on Connor Watson, mate. That's just what you are obligated to do.
Definitely the highlight of my betting year. Because I know how the system works, dickhead.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to just try and get some value off
Did
it.
you get to 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
$1.05. Nice. When you're hitting bets that high, you don't have to put much on them. Yeah, pretty happy with that one. Had about, just up in Brisbane, talking to people, having beers and whatnot. Leia Tower gets ruled out. I had mere seconds to put the bet on. Backs against the wall in Brisbane, enemy territory, and come up with what I think is probably an immortal bet. I'm happy to have the argument, but...
Where's the narrative?
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to have that, but I think the narrative is I was dead last year, all giving me shit. I'd lost my identity. I'm literally standing in Brisbane, and I come up with a
Where's the relevance of Brisbane coming to that?
$48.90. It's in enemy territory.
So he's just trying to make narrative.
So, from my perspective, Rue, and I can appreciate you having a crack because it's a hell of a bet, and I respect that. These are the facts as I see them. $50 is automatic. You're short of that, and you'll acknowledge that.
Well, I wish I would have saved my price pump for a little bit later.
Well, listen, price pumps don't actually count.
No, they don't.
We've never used price pumps in odds. I think you know
They're
that.
called boosts?
Boosts. I think Rue knows that. Anyway, we are short. We are here at 48.90.
Not sure if I believe that, but anyway, let's proceed. You look like a boost guy to me.
You can boost. Of course you can. But when
But
the
they're
odds
not the
come
odds
in,
you
they're not the
get.
odds you get when you put it on here.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember in the video you giving a rant about how you're in the doldrums and you need to deliver and you need to pull something out of your ass and explaining why you've picked all those players.
My last words were, let's make some magic. And I did. At Magic Round.
It's
World against me.
I mean, who
but
hasn't
you're
got
not
the world
but
against
you're not talking like you're not talking about that. There's no narrative there whatsoever except for you saying let's make some magic at the end. That's essentially all the
At
all the
Magic
narrative.
Round.
No, but that's not enough.
If your bet like spelled MAGIC,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then it was at Magic Round, and you're saying, let's make some magic. That's when the whispers of immortality start to come in. This is a last
So
minute.
the third
You
highest
said
bet
you
of
didn't
all
even
time
think
can't
about
get
it.
a bait in
You
immortality.
didn't even think about it.
Well, I put it on, didn't I?
Yeah, but you're just like,
No, that's what you do.
That's what you just said you
I
did.
picked it out. I nailed
Check the
it.
tapes.
No,
Rewind it.
you said
You literally just said it.
You said on your podcast actually that you've
'Cause
been
I'm
trying.
humble, I play
that
it
you've
down.
that you've been trying to put in effort all year to get the perfect bets, but this one you just go.
There you go.
You see, you talked about it on your
fucking
potty.
Thanks for tuning in, you cunt.
No, I listen to your potty, mate. I'm a supporter of your work.
I think we should let the people decide.
Fuck that.
No, Rando, what do you think?
Here we fucking go.
No, I saw the stake on that immortality bet as well. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Come on,
Just
please.
because the Cowboys got pounded again.
And I really wanted to get off, but no.
I don't know, third highest bet of all time. Can't
Mate,
get immortality.
mate, it's a Hall of
It's
Fame.
a podium finish.
It's a Hall of Fame bet.
the Hall of Fame bet.
Well, it's a Hall of Fame. It's great, mate.
It's
And,
a
you know,
great bet.
I'll get you.
But when
Let's
you
get him a
think,
little
but,
plaque
but
and we
when you
pin it on
think
the
about when you think about immortality, you just know the moment you see it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that. I really don't.
There's two guys without any Hall of Fame bets. I don't know if you're the best one to judge.
Well, listen, I actually would have.
here we go.
You on your own podcast
Give us your
saying I didn't
immortality
even
tip,
think
mate.
about it.
Here we go.
I didn't even think
Didn't even
about
think
it.
about it.
Means it's not a Hall of. It means it's not an immortal bet because it's short of the 50 and you
Just
didn't think
building the
about it.
narrative.
Also, just because they're the only ones on there, you don't know if that's the second highest bet in the history of the show either. You'd have to check the tapes. Because you've checked the tapes, have you? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, people may have hit some of similar size, but if you don't have the narrative route, which unfortunately you don't, and God, I want you to be on the Immortal board.
I want you to be up there.
I want you to be on there, mate.
No one wants you to be up there more than me, mate. And I'd love to give it to you, but I would be doing a serious disservice to immortality and what it represents.
Feel free to write in the comments for me. I'd appreciate it.
Listen, they can write all they want, but the reality is that you just threw that thing on the last second. It was a hit and pray. It was a... there was nothing to it.
No,
I respect it.
I carry the
I'm
one.
disgusted you only put $1 on it. I know that.
Narrative.
I know what we're doing here, but like, Jesus Christ.
Narrative doesn't need to just be like you don't need to explain the actual legs. If you went on an all-time rant like this is my
Mate, I didn't have time.
This is my season corrector.
Seconds before the game. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Back was
That's
against
why
the
it doesn't
wall.
count,
The
Roo.
moment came and I fucking delivered.
That's why it
Give
doesn't
you blokes
count.
4 years every week. You plan your bets. You can't come up with any. I do it with seconds on the clock. I wanted the ball in my hands when the game was on the line, and I delivered. 49. Huge.
Say something about Magic again. That'll get you over the line.
Alakazam.
Shout out to Roo for falling just short. Tigers 34 defeat the Dragons 28.
That went weirdly exactly as I expected.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was,
I think you know.
Could have written a script for
that
that.
was always going that way.
Lippy gets one. Taruva Val over 46.5. Gutho. Clint in a Clint game doesn't get up. Shock horror. I actually felt like this was a perfect Clint game. I'm wrong. Clearly I'm wrong. Toa doesn't score either.
Toa wasn't playing.
Was he ruled out before the game?
Yep.
That's
you
why
go.
we didn't do our bath bet.
He saw Val coming and shit himself. Didn't want to take him the bath.
Shit his all pants. So nothing doing there, gentlemen.
Lost you too.
Shout out
Well, he
to
might have
Lippy.
scored if he'd played.
He
so you
probably
don't
wouldn't
know.
have. He
Well,
never-
you
you
have
bet
no
on him every
fucking
week.
idea
He
because
doesn't
the Tigers
score.
won, mate. So who knows?
Bulldogs 38 defeat the Titans 18. Lot of red. Shitloads of red.
Lot of red.
Preston and Doggies the only green on the screen. I'll move on. Panthers 32 defeated the Broncos 8. Again, no one sees anything coming except Roo with the Jenkins. And yes, we did give you shit for that.
But also Mariner didn't score, so
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the first week I bet on him and he does score. He scores a double too.
yeah.
How did Luke Garner go in the back row, by the way, Randa? Yeah, fuck you.
I didn't really.
Great hands on the kid.
I didn't go so hard on the Luke Garner centre play, by
I
the
took
way.
it personally.
I did
When it
not
comes to
say
Tom
anything.
Jenkins, I
All
take
I said,
shit
is he
personally.
playing left centre? And you said he's not. And I said, we moved on from that. And you're coming at me for that?
Garner go, you fucking loser.
Also, you had all Saturday night at the Caxton to give it to me. Oh, Sunday, sorry. Never mind.
Rose
You weren't there. Sorry.
No, Roo's fuming about that Immortal.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
he's
pretty
got
rattled by
yeah,
that.
Yeah, the
that's
kid's
upsetting.
fucking pissed off. Lot of green, lot of red. Sebo also had Broncos minus 4.5 tripled. So not a good week for Sebo, who obviously isn't here. We haven't pointed that out, but you
Oh, yeah. Seb's
probably
not
worked it out by now.
here. Seb's not here.
He went away from a shovel here.
Oh, dude, it wouldn't surprise me. We might have to make him wear it next episode, regardless.
You have to wear, if you don't fulfill your shovel requirements, you got to wear it the week
Yeah.
after. That's obviously, I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
right?
good. Well, I'm just glad to make that.
Raiders 20 defeat Storm 18 in the game of the round. We've got Huddies, we've got Katoas, we've got Starlings, we've got Munsters, we've got Youngs that don't score. So, you know, that's it. Tom Unit Scooper, one off.
But if Selwyn scores, I'm fucking home. It was,
How fucked is that?
Yeah, I know.
38-82.
yeah, I was keeping it quiet. I wanted to keep my powder dry. I was just like, don't worry, it's all good. And then when the fucking Broncos game was over, I was like, if Farlono scores, I'm going to shit my little panties. And he did. So that's great.
Congratulations. I had 1 from 4, Seb had 1 from 4, Guru had 2 from 4, and the Lippy had 4 from 5 as well.
What was my bet? I thought I had 3 from 4.
Fox, Mark, Cherry, Gray.
Cherry score?
No, he didn't. He got overruled. Disallowed.
That'll do it.
There you go, mate. Thanks for trying to keep me honest. The Lippy had a $74 and 30 cent bet. Got let down by the Broncos. Broncos broke a lot of hearts. In the hot seat, Sebo had the Roosters just to win the game. He continues. This is the lay of the hot seat land. If he gets his bet this weekend, he wins. If he loses, it goes to me automatically. So that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
That'd be really, that's exactly what everyone wants.
Have we had more hot seat wins in the last 6 weeks than ever.
Well, Tom just followed my triples every week and
Incorrect, but either way, I still have to make
Incorrect?
a decision. Yeah, I followed twice, and then I got another one after that. And all I was doing was just trying to death ride you.
Yeah.
But it was smart betting for me because ultimately I got 3 in a row. That might be the greatest run in hot seat history. I'm not sure.
Those 3 in a row ruled you out of contention, though.
No, well, I just forgot them when I was on the Gold Coast, so I fucked myself.
Yes, Gold Coast Gate, that's right.
Yeah.
Gold Coast Gate. Weekly leaderboard. Roo, well done, mate. 3 from 9, 5 units clean.
Thank you. Should be me, Joey, Ron Coote, Meninga, all the boys hanging out. It's bullshit.
Did you say that to Alfie Langer and the Caxton
Absolute
as well?
Bullshit. He said it to me.
Oh,
Said
bullshit.
congratulations on the immortal bet. Thanks,
Idiot.
Alf. Appreciate it, mate.
You're lying to it's a bloody Alf up there, are you?
Lippy, 1 from 9, 0.92 in the green. I was 2 from 9, 0.32 in the green. Tom, 0 from 9, minus 4.78. And Sebo, 0 from 9, minus 14.93. Overall leaderboard, punters and dribblers. I'm first by a long way, 22.18 in the green. Sebo second, minus 20.83. Lippy third, minus 26.3. Guru fourth, minus 30.18. And Tom slips to last. You boys are going toe for toe. You're going week for week.
I forgot you and Sebo exist.
Minus 35.22. Just worth pointing out the difference between Tom and I. I've got 22 bets. He's got 9.
Well, you'd expect to have a fucking pretty stark difference given you're 22 units up and I'm 35 down.
How many have I got?
Huh?
How many have I got?
13. So you got 4 more than Tom.
It's good math there. It's really fast math there.
This is showing off now.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. That's all right. I was a celly away from being even, so it happens. This happens. You just got to bide your time.
A celly away from being even. That would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been. In fact, I would have been up by 3 units. So
that is accountability.
Sebo losing 14.93 is great, by the way. He's
That's
into
a
minus.
lot.
He's into minus 20 territory. I
Yeah.
thought he was green a couple of weeks ago.
He was.
Dude, he's had two shovels.
He's lost both his the last 2 triples he's put on. He's lost.
But he's the only person to carry the shovel twice now, isn't he?
I think this is 3.
Yeah, this might be
Yeah.
three.
This
Is
is
this
3.
his third shovel? Holy shit.
It's only been around for 5 weeks. It's a very good night.
Yeah, well, we just go so badly. We're like, we need to find a way to award failure. So it's like, get the fucking shovel out. All right, accountability. Done and dusted. All right, first game we have got Eels v. the Fish. Combank. Eels are $1.73, the Fish 2.10, the line 2.5, and the total 49.5. Rando, welcome officially.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you as always. What bets you got for us?
All right, it's going to be slightly wet for this game. 0.5 millimetres expected throughout the entire day at Combank. Now, the Dolphins, they have won 5 of their last 6 Thursday night games. However, they have lost 8 consecutive games outside of Queensland. The Eels, in the wet, they have lost 8 consecutive games, including their last 5 games with Mitch Moses playing. With the Dolphins as underdogs, they could be the best value for this one. For try scorers, I really like the right winger here for Parramatta, Bailey Simonson. Scored in 2 of his last 4 games, including both games at Combank. Right wingers have scored 11 tries in 9 games against the Finns, including 5 tries in the last 3 games. Bailey is at 2s for this one.
Roo, what are you thinking?
I like Parramatta in this game, but I'm finding the Dolphins really hard to pick at the moment, boys. So I've just decided to avoid the result here. Dylan Walker at 7.75. He's playing about 40 to 50 minutes at the moment. He just gets on. I think he's so good for them through the middle there, fast feet. I like him, Walker, $7.75.
He's been a good signing.
He's been a great. He's been. I think everyone's sort of crediting Mitch Moses returning. It sort of started to turn around a little bit before that. I think when Dylan Walker arrived. So I like him. 7.75. Proud mascot stock. Can't go wrong.
Edward?
Yeah, I think I like the Eels as well. They had a fucking red hot crack against the Sharkies last week. I know we banged on and on and on about the 5-day turnaround, but the Sharks are a different kettle of fish than the Eels, who are languishing at the bottom of the table. The Dolphins suck as well, and in a battle of mediocrity, really, I think that Mitch Moses will be the difference. I like the Eels. I like Iongi. Why? Because he's over $2, and I just need that rugby league value, baby. $4.12. You walk on the line. Here he is. Here he is. It always happens. It always happens.
1,500 on the line.
It's time. Kid's in some fucking trouble. Kid's in some serious trouble.
When was the last time you had a bet? A couple of years ago?
Feels like it. It feels like it. I should probably turn this off or we will get kicked off. I'm walking the line and I'm taking the Eels at -2.5. Odds are whatever the fuck they are.
$1.90.
$1.90. Yeah. Listen, I think the Eels win. As Roos said, Dolphins hard to pick. Eels looking good. I'm taking them. That's it. That's me. It's all lines today, baby. Let's go. What's Lippy doing? Do we even have a Lippy or do we know who he is?
Jake Maloney. Eels, Joshy Carr, Iongi, 684. So it's my bet with the Josh Addo Carr. I can't hate it. I can't hate it.
Sweet. Beautiful. Nice and easy, guys.
That was quick.
That was quick. Well, we don't have Sebo here going on a fucking...
Why was it quick? I wonder why it was quick. Why was that quick? I can't work it out.
Knights Titans, McDonald Jones Stadium. $1.48 for the Knights, $2.65 for the Titans. The line 6.5, the total 47.5. Rando, some stats, please.
Once again, light drizzle expected on Friday in Newcastle, 0.7 millimetres exactly. The Titans, they have lost their last 5 games in a row, of course, by 10 or more points. The Knights, they have won 9 of their last 10 games as favourite, covering the line in each of those 9 wins. They've also won and covered the line in each of their last 6 games at McDonald Jones Stadium against the Titans, so I don't mind the Knights to cover that 6.5 line. For try scorers, you've got James Schiller. He's scored in 3 consecutive games at McDonald Jones Stadium, and a right winger has scored a hat-trick in each of the last 2 games against the Titans. For a bit more value, you've got Dylan Lucas. He's had a trial line break involvement in 3 of his 4 games this season, despite only scoring just the 1 try. He did score in his last home game, and a left second rower has scored 6 tries in the last 5 games against the Titans.
Edward, what are you thinking here, mate?
This is a fucking... Some of these games, I've got to be honest with you, some of these games this week I'm finding very tricky to nail the fuck down on.
It's a bold as fuck week to walk the line.
It's probably the boldest of all weeks to walk the line, really. In terms of picking a week to do it, this is not it, in my opinion, and I love the fact that Tom's having a crack. And he might prove us wrong. We'll see. The Knights pumped the Rabbitohs last week, but every other week they have been absolutely pure dog shit. Does that mean they're going to beat the Titans? Maybe, maybe not. All I can see is I hope that their form continues. So I'm going to go with that. And Bo Firma, why? Because I've never been on Bo to score a try. And I like the fucking style of the bloke. I like his name. I like what he's about. I like his odds. And I like the fact that he scored a couple last week. So 533.
I'm going to lean into Rando stats. I've got Dill Lucas there, playing for an Origin jersey at the moment. I think he's in for a big few weeks. And give me Calm Pierre just to juice it up a little bit. 622 for those 2 guys I love.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm taking the Titans line here. Plus 6.5. As you said, Eddie, the Knights suck big meaty cocks, and they have for a while. They got to win on the weekend. But Jaden Campbell's back. Now, does that mean anything? We're going to find out, because that's who I'm taking. Titans plus 6.5.
It's going to suck if he's not back.
Well, he's been named.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if he's not back, then maybe I wildcard it. Who knows?
Is that $1.90? Is that going to be an issue? You keep playing that song?
Nah, you only play little bits of it. You're all right.
You're all right?
Yeah, it's just long chunks.
Okay.
It's just long chunks. You get in trouble, I think.
So it's the long chunks that
I think
get
it's
you
the
in
long
trouble?
chunks, mate. I don't know, though. It could just be the small bits.
Because you know that they've been playing real small bits and it's been getting pulled down on
But that's
on A-cars, you know that?
Yeah. It's long chunks, mate. It's long chunks. It's long chunks. Anyway. Fuck, what am I doing? My stylus is right here. I'm not even using it. How embarrassing. What's the Lippy doing?
Sharp, the Schiller 2+, 1222. Don't know if you can follow Fletcher Sharp next to the week after she scores a hattie.
That's real. It feels like a Oliver Twist situation here.
Well, it just feels like righto, mate. Are you going to follow the guy that fucking scored a hattie last week that Matty Johns predicted beforehand, and now you want to be a sick cunt and get on him the week after? Yeah. Don't know about that.
Stop trying to be a sick cunt. Rabbitohs Broncos at Core Stadium. Yuck. $3.75 of the Rabbitohs, $1.28 for the Broncos, 10.5 the line. 49.5 the total points. Rando.
Once again, wet 0.7 millimetres expected in Sydney for this game. Of course, Wayne Bennett coming up against the Broncos. He has won 4 of his 5 games as the Rabbitohs coach against the Bronx. The Rabbitohs, they've won 4 of their last 5 games against the Broncos at Accor. In fact, the Broncos, they have lost 7 of their last 9 matches at Accor Stadium as well, so they don't fare too well there. So keep an eye on the line for try scorers. Shibasaki, he's up against his former side, the Rabbitohs. The Broncos' left edge has been their strongest this season, whilst the Rabbitohs' right edge has been their weakest. It's a perfect matchup for him. The left centre has scored in 4 of the last 5 games against the Rabbitohs, and I'd be amiss to not mention Latrell Mitchell here, who has scored in 5 consecutive games against the Broncos as well. But be warned, the Broncos haven't conceded a try to a fullback this season.
Shibasaki plays a former club every fortnight. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. It's the stats. I'm trying to read the narrative here. Wayne Bennett, Can I tell you the narrative? 2 big names.
Yeah.
I went to Brisbane last week.
Did you?
Just a kid from South Sydney going up to Brisbane, and we shook hands. We made love. I came home with a few winners. This week, Brisbane come to South Sydney. We're shaking hands again, and I think maybe this is the week I can wrangle the Stags. Whilst me and Brisbane are on good terms, I'm going to take it on. South Sydney a little bit depleted. I've never got a Stags before. It's one of the 2 places my name should be. So this is the week. Stags, 255.
Shout out to Roo, who came in a rugby league mood, throwing shade at all and sundry. And shout out to Tobler, who looks like he's fallen asleep a couple of times.
You falling asleep over there, Tobler?
Yeah.
Why is that, mate? What did you do last night? Well, yeah. What time did you finish? What the fuck were you editing? Jeez, if only you were doing that on the run.
Instead of,
Instead of going out there and
putting your best robe on in the car lot.
Yeah. No, was that? Yeah. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. What were you doing Saturday? Yeah, was that paid holiday?
Did the Batty Patrol make its way up to
fucking
Vegas?
oath it did. Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's talking about it.
They call it Mr. Robe, they're calling him.
Yeah.
Mr. Robe, they're calling the kid. Mr. Linen Robe.
Did you take it home with you?
Slept in it.
He slept in it.
He
slept in
Yeah, that's all he slept in. Righto. Where are we?
Have you gone?
I haven't. Bunnies plus 10.5 seems like a lot of rugby league points for a side that is super inconsistent in the Broncos. They get Humphreys back. They get Latrell back. There's stability now for the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs have lost, how many games on the trot? Can someone help me?
4.
They need a win.
Yeah.
They need a win. So I think they go in all guns blazing, especially with Humphreys back. Heard of him? The 7 that fucking straightened the ship. Manly Manly old boy. And Latrell back to fullback. I think that they can at least give 10.5 a shake. And Tass also goes in because I want value. Not too much, but a little bit of value. 455.
Bunnies plus 10.5, baby. Trell back. All the shit Eddie just said. Humphrey's back. Don't want to get the episode cut off, so I'm going to wrap it up quick. Bunnies plus 10.5. It's too juicy. What's the Lippy doing?
The Lippy's going Kolomatangi, who is starting in the front row, I believe. He has obviously watched me try to get him, then watched Sebo try to get him, and he thought, fuck it, I'm going to have a crack at getting him. Good luck is all I'll say, champ. Good luck.
Oh, wow, you championed him. Good God.
I am, yeah.
Excuse me, punters and dribblers, just clearing my rugby league throat.
It's not very often you would get 2 coaches coming up against sides in the same game they've won comps for. Madge for South, Wayne for Brisbane. I reckon that'd be pretty rare if you can run the numbers there, Rando.
Oh, please.
Let me know next week.
You did attack me over Luke Gardner, so I don't think so, mate.
Rando's fucking
You deserve
Get
that.
your own stat, man.
Rando.
This is turning a real cat fight.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he's actually coming back to the studio with me after this.
Yeah, I
So
know,
he's
this
away
is gonna be
week,
awkward.
So he's stepping in. So
Everyone's
it's
a
gonna be an
little
interesting
bit
day.
testy and emotional after Magic Round.
Oh, there's short fuses.
Short
also,
fuses.
also Rude denied immortality. So the kid's up and about.
Dragons Warriors, ladies and gentlemen, Wynn Stadium, windy old Wynn Stadium, $2.15 for the Dragons, $1.70 for the Wars, 2.5 the line.
I think
You missed the Dogs Raiders.
The Raiders dogs.
Guys, gonna have to take it back real quick to do the previous game. As I said, Magic round and that, get off me back. Raiders, Bulldogs, GIO Stadium. I wonder if it's going to start to get fucking chilly down there. $1.78 for the Raiders, $2.05 for the Dogs. 2.5 the line, 45.5 the total. Rando.
It's going to be dry for this one in Canberra, 19 degrees, so pretty warm for a Canberra day. The Bulldogs, they have won 7 of their last 8 games away from home. They've won 10 of their last 11 day games as well. The Raiders, of course, had that Golden Point game on Sunday. They have a 6-day turnaround here. They have lost 6 of their last 7 games coming off a 6-day turnaround. They've lost 4 of their last 6 day games at GIO Stadium. So I don't mind the Bulldogs here for an upset. They are the top of the table after all. For try scorers, Stephen Crichton at right centre. He scored in 5 consecutive games against the Raiders, tallying up 8 tries in those games. In the last 5 weeks, the Bulldogs' right edge has become their strongest attacking edge, whilst the Raiders' left edge in that period has been their weakest. A right centre has scored 6 tries in 9 games against the Raiders this season.
I'm going to get myself out of the way first, if that's all right. And I don't know where my song is, and I can't be fucked to find it. I'm taking the Raiders. I like them. Dogs have got a few. I don't know if the Dogs have still got a few people out. I know Preston's out.
Preston's out.
Burton back.
Burton's back in.
Is there anyone? Is Tupanua's out?
Yeah, they're still out.
Yeah.
No Tupanua Curran.
I just, listen, after thinking the Raiders were going to get the spoon at the start of the year, me like Bulldog Richie, who in the paper today officially apologised to Benji Marshall for getting hit him wrong. He came out and apologised.
I like accountability.
I am acknowledging that I was wrong with the Raiders, and I love them. They're a fucking good team, and I think it's 2.5 the line. I'm taking the Raiders minus 2.5. Edward.
I'm trying to call to this point a bit of a Raiders bluff is essentially what I'm doing. I feel like how can the Raiders, who a lot had pinned to get the spoon, they were actually favourites in the betting to get the spoon, find themselves second on the ladder? Is this rugby league luck, punters and dribblers, or did the analysts, did the experts just miss something at the start of the year? Or is this a ragtag bunch of fuckers that have just found magic? I'm calling the bluff this weekend. I think Bulldogs get the bickies. And if they do so, I hope that Cherry scores a try. He missed out last week. He's due this week, 4.36. I'm calling the Raiders bluff bet.
That's terrifying for me because you have been on this year. Bro.
I tend to agree. I think the Raiders, the last 3 weeks, 2 come from behind victories and then, had to put absolutely everything in to win that game last week. I'm just going to go the Raiders 1-12 at 2.95. I had Bronson Cherry in there. I'm going to take him out. I'm just going to go Raiders.
Raiders or Dogs?
Oh, no, sorry, Dogs. Fuck. Dogs 1-12, $3.30.
I was going to say, because that setup was... It didn't sound like you were going around.
Very confusing.
Poor field goal set up. Canterbury, 1-12, $3.30 for me.
All right. Lippy has got Tracy and Tarpiner at 20.05. Don't hate it. What would I know, though? Dragons v. the Warriors.
What would you know, son?
I know fuck all, mate.
What would you know, son?
What I know is I know fuck all. Dragons 2.15, Warriors $1.70, the line 2.5, the total 46.5. Win stadium.
And
Rando. And that.
That.
Do it on that.
Thanks for the intro music. It's going to be dry in Wollongong for this game.
That
now
was
the
so good.
Dragons-
This episode might be taken down. That's danger zone.
Dry in Wollongong for this game. The Dragons, they'll be playing their 150th game at Wynn Stadium as a dirty merger club. They have won their first game at Wynn Stadium, they've won their 50th game at Wynn Stadium, and they've won their 100th game at the venue. They have also won their last 4 night games at Wynn Stadium, covering the line in each match. The Warriors, they've only beaten the Dragons twice in their 13 games at the venue. And the Dragons, they've upset the Warriors in 5 of the last 7 occasions. They have been underdogs, so I don't mind a bit of a Dragons ambush here. For try scorers, Tyrell Sloan's at 2s. He's scored 5 tries in his last 4 games, scored 13 tries in 15 games at Wynn Stadium, including a double in each of his last 2 games. He's scored in 2 of his last 3 games against the Warriors, and the Warriors have conceded a try to a right winger in 3 of their last 4 games.
That's devastating to my walking of the line in this game. I was very anti the Warriors last week. Now, it could almost fly in my face if I was to flip back and start trying to suck them off. Like, hey, let me back in, baby. I'm sorry, I've changed. But I am going to do that. I'm going to try and get back in the good graces with the Warriors. I just can't get around the Dragons, dude. I do like that King, their new half. He's hot. He's a hot style of a bloke. But I'm sticking with the Wars at -2.5. Fuck them.
Big Roo?
You look like you're distressed over there, mate. What's the
I
matter?
don't like that. I hate that. I think it's, as you said, I think it's time we start to treat the Warriors like the real football team they are. I'm going to triple them, -2.5. Can't tell you how confident I was 9 seconds ago. I'm heaps less now.
Oh, because I...
Exactly correct.
Yeah, okay, that's why you're upset.
It's your read.
Oh,
Your read.
sorry.
You're
The fact that we're thinking the same thing is what's upset
very
you.
alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says a lot about you, though, doesn't it? You think,
I
the
think
same
you just,
as me.
I think you just looked at mine and took it, but that's fine.
Well,
We'll
please.
continue.
This thing's been on here.
I would actually
Do my best for you.
appreciate if you're going to join me. I think you should triple as well. Let's write it.
Suck
properly.
my balls. I'm not tripling it. Sorry. I'm walking the line this whole week. If I'm going to triple something, I got to believe. I'm not tripling that fucking game. Warriors Dragons? Are you out of your fucking mind? You triple it.
-2.5 triple. Let's do it.
Roo with the triple. Listen, I'm trying to back a man to get a monkey off his back after one of the great fuck ups last week all time. To drop the ball over the line, have a bullet pick it up, go the length of the field and score a try. 105 rugby league meters there or thereabouts, 104, 105, 106, something there or thereabouts. I just want a kid who's got one of the great fuck-ups on his resume to turn up this week, score a try, put it to bed. We can have a bit of a laugh about it. He might make a bit of a joke at the end, put it down and go, like just a bit of fun. Have a bit of fun with it, son.
Okay, right.
Clean the slate. And if you're going to go out there and clean the slate, I want to be a part of it. $4.20 to see a man clean the slate, get the monkey off the back. Jaden Sewer.
Okay. Geez, I'd want more for Jaden Sewer, personally. I'd want more than 4, whatever that was, for fucking Jaden Sewer. Jesus Christ. Again, what would I know? What's the Lippy doing, Edward?
What would you want, mate?
For Jaden Sewer?
Yeah, what would you want?
7.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it does, to be
Weird
honest.
they don't have
Mate, there's
7.
blokes that score tries every 3 years paying $7.
Yeah, I know. I know that. I'm saying I think he should be 7. He doesn't score that much.
Dragons 13 plus, Sloan, Allen 10.59.
Say it again.
Dragons 13 plus,
I was reading something.
Sloan, Allen 10.59. When are you going to come back down from wherever the fuck you've been?
Well, listen, it's not today. I can tell you, it's probably we know this, dude. It's probably Thursday.
You haven't been present since
since probably what?
since Friday morning.
Yeah, so it's tomorrow most likely, and if not, maybe
Like,
Friday.
I don't even know where you are.
Neither
You're
do I,
just
though.
off with the Pixies.
Yeah,
mate.
I'm fucking good. Like me trying. We tried to interview Mick Fanning yesterday, and I was just like getting distracted by fucking.
One of us interviewed him.
I was getting so distracted, dude. I'm just fucking. My brain's completely rotten, and there's like surfers walking behind, and I'm just like watching them, and then I'm distracted by like a bird. Anyway, that's what happens. It's what happens on the big jobs. Now, where are we? We are at Cowboys, Panthers, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. $2.35 for the Cows, $1.60 for the Panthers. Is that right? Damn. 4.5 to line, 49.5 to total points. Rando.
It's going to be dry in Townsville for this game. Now, this will be the 4th time that Penrith will have Edwards, Cleary, Kenny, and Yo all starting for them. They are 2-1 with them in the side. They are 1-5 without one of them. The Panthers, they've lost their last 3 games with Todd Smith as a referee. The Cowboys have won 5 of their last 6 home games. They've won 8 of their last 11 home games against Penrith, and they've covered the line in 5 of the last 6 games against the Panthers as well. So don't mind them at plus 4.5. For try scorers, Murray Taulagi scored in 6 consecutive games. He is somehow $2.05. Scored in 4 of his last 5 home games. Scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against Penrith, including a double earlier this season. And left wingers have scored 7 tries in 9 games against the Panthers this season.
Thank you, Rando. I got to be honest with you. I think that you can throw the stats out the window, and I'm here to tell you why.
Okay.
The Panthers have had a cunt of a start to the season. There has been moments of brilliance, but there's been some pure shit. This week, as you said, we get Edwards, we get Yo, we get Kenny, we get Talangi, we get Brian back.
Is Brian back? Ooh,
Heard of him?
Shit.
Have you heard of Brian? The Panthers will lose a lot of men to Origin football. They need to start racking up wins if they're going to have a fucking assault on the 8 before we fall into that tricky 8-week period. They will have isolated this game as a fucking must win. You saw them last week against the Broncos. When the boys are on, they're on in a big way. Nathan Cleary is magnificent. And I think he toys with you fuckers like a cat with a fish. -4.5 to Panthers, $1.94. I'm tripling it. Get that up, you Cowboys fans. Fuck the lot of you.
I'm going down a similar path. Panthers have the bye next week too. They get to go up to North Queensland. They know if they win, they get to have a little party up there. So they will win this game. But I'll tell you exactly how this is going to play out. Halfwit's going to get on minus 4 point. Panthers -4.5, and it's going to fuck both of us.
Yeah, dude. Cause
Halfwit's right. Fucking every now and then, though. You know.
What are you talking about?
This is the time.
Roo, you've been carrying shovels. You've been coming last. You're in no position, cunt, to be talking like that. You're in absolutely no position. But I am going to move. I was on cows, but Toto's back. The boys are together, and I'm taking -4.5 the Panthers. Get that up, you motherfucker.
He's tripled it,
Get
not me.
that up, ya. Fuck you.
It's
But I do like
$1.94, by the way, boys.
$1.94.
So,
$1.94. Fuck you, Roo.
Lippy,
I hope this bet gets down now. Fuck you.
So do I, actually. He's tripled it, so up the Panthers, up the Cowboys.
No, he doesn't.
Thank you. It's
Right.
it's the easiest bet.
okay.
This guy's in a fucking crazy mood today.
But think about it this way: if it doesn't get up, it's $1.94. You lose a lot of units too. I've got shitloads to
You
play
lose
with.
units.
I've got 55 to play. I've got 55 on you. I can afford
Yeah,
to.
you'll have
Not a
45
big deal.
after this.
Not a big deal.
He's not thinking clearly.
You're not thinking
today.
clearly. You've lost your mind.
Please.
He's fucking emotional.
I got 55 units on your son. Like, you just woo up. Got 57 on him. So I can afford to triple a team every now and then if I'm feeling it. And baby, I'm feeling it. Just because he's on it doesn't mean that the narrative isn't still ripe for the picking.
Jesus Christ.
History says it's pretty fucked, though.
What history?
All the history when we're all on the same thing.
We're not all the same thing because Sebo's not here. He's not accounted for. So
Sebo's smart enough to get on that bet. He'll say it.
it's not.
Well, if he's smart enough, then it's a good bet.
But he's not here, so we don't know. Now, Lippy, To'o, Tuolangi, Garner over 49.5, 14.31. There we go.
Beautiful.
That's
stuff.
a lot for $14.
Yeah, it's too much.
Beautiful. Everyone just fucking...
Everyone's just having a great time.
Everyone's having a great time here.
It's so hostile without Sebo up on the stage. I swear.
Well,
Trust me,
it's not that. It's the state of affairs. It's the Magic Round into the
Yeah.
WSL for 2 days. It's after
No
3 big
sleep.
nights, just wanting to be sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
We had. Let me just lay it out for you. We had a Portos. We had.
This is Sunday
We
night.
had every box of shapes under the sun. We had Allen's lollies. We had M&Ms. We
Pods.
had pods. I was in rugby
Whiskey.
league. We had whiskey. We had beers. I was in rugby league heaven. We were laying on the couch. I was doom scrolling to within an inch of my rugby league life.
Oh,
I
it was
knew
Doomy season.
that I had Mobland loaded up on my iPad. I was like, that's it. Then you get a call. Calm down, please. Calm down.
Well, don't make it sound they weren't begging us.
No.
They were dear friends
They're
saying,
dear
come
friend-
catch up with us.
You're right. But you just can't say no in that situation. And then all of a sudden you get down there and one of the blokes' name is the human defib and he just gives you life again. And then you're off to the races again. And then you wake up on Monday, you're like,
You wake up on Monday and you go, oh, shit, we got home at 2 or 3 again. So that's why it's a little testy here. Now, Rue doesn't have that excuse. His excuse is that he didn't get an immortal bet, I think. And, he's getting a little fiery, as we can see.
What's your pot of choice?
we were running Twix.
Well, I know he had
like that.
Snickers as well.
Did we? Oh, yeah. Snickers is probably mine.
You?
I'm a Twix guy. I think it's the most underrated chocolate.
Was there something like Hamish and Andy did where they realised it was like the exact same
One of
mix?
them's the same.
Yeah,
Mars
Mars
and
and
Twix
Twix.
are
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah,
checks
Mars
out.
but Snickers stands alone. My favourite chocolate at the moment is a twirl.
Well, because it's like not a chaotic flake.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're still in cream egg season too. If you only get a limited time slot of the year.
When's cream egg season run from?
Easter? It's the only time they're available. You know that?
I didn't know that. But I
Do
mean,
some research.
I haven't had a cream egg for a couple of years.
You feel like they're here all the time. They're not.
They're
They stay for like 3
they're a
months and they
smacky-
disappear off the face of the
They're a
earth.
smacky egg. They're good, but fuck, they're smacky.
That's why they only bring them out for
They
3 months a
sit
year.
on your ass.
Because what? Because the nation can't handle them.
I think
No.
so. Yeah, they're too much.
It's like two.
You got to know your place.
Yeah, you can only be doing it around the season. Storm Tigers, guys. Amy Park. Ooh, scope bets on for a civilian. $1.20 for the Storm, $4.60 for the Tigers. 15.5 is the line, and 51.5 the total points. Rando.
It's going to be dry in Melbourne for this game. The Tigers, they're looking for 3 consecutive victories for the first time since 2018. Funnily enough, back in 2018 was the last time the Tigers beat the Storm, doing so in that 3-game victory streak. So that could be an omen there. The Storm, they have won 4 of their 6 meetings at Amy Park against the Tigers. However, their biggest winning margin has been 14 points. Their last 4 day games against the Tigers have been decided by 1 to 12 points as well. So don't mind the Tigers to cover that big line. For try scorers, Charlie Staines is at $2.40. He
Who
scored
Staines?
He scored 4 tries in his last 4 games, including a double in his season debut last week. He scored 3 tries in his last 5 games against the Storm. Left wingers have scored in 3 straight games against Melbourne. But if you want a bit more value, the bloke beside him, Adam Dewey, is $4.25. And as I mentioned on the pod multiple times, left centers have scored in 6 out of 8 games against the Storm.
Okay. I'm taking Tigers line at 15.5. I just think that's a shitload of points. Tigers are a good team this year. They can mix it with the big boys. Storm in a bit of a weird position. Harry Grant not back, I assume.
No.
They're a different team without old Harry Grant. I tell you what, his value's just gone up. My God.
Completely different side without Harry Grant.
Completely different side. Anyway, 15.5 seems like too much. I'm taking that. If I had more testicles and I had more units, I might triple it. But I have no balls. I have no balls.
You should triple it.
No balls.
You should triple it. The only way to get out of the hole is to triple out
Well,
of it.
no, that's actually not the case because we saw what happened to you and Seb last year. You tried to triple your way out of it, and that did not work. Anyway.
I agree with you. 15.5 points just seems automatically like a shitload. If anything's over 15, I always like to have a little rugby league nib. Again, Storm, no Harry Grant, so I will be taking Tigers plus 15.5 and Taruva for $3.25.
I like what the Tigers are doing this year, but I think they go down to Melbourne and I think they get their fucking ass handed to them.
Oh, wow.
I think Melbourne, off the back of that disaster loss last week, I've never seen a Melbourne Storm side. The field goal was over and they lost the game. Ridiculous. Trent Leary on the ground. They go up the other end, Raiders score. I think Bellamy will be pissed. I think the Melbourne Storm will be up and about for this one. I think the Tigers are good. I don't think they're as good as everyone's carrying on with. I think the Melbourne Storm could put on a little clinic here. I'm going to bet on them to win between 41 and 50 points
Holy
at $13.
Wowza.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Wow.
Row. Didn't see that coming at all.
Who's our lippy? I mean, what's he doing?
Pap Katoa Staines, Appy 43.11.
Pap Katoa Staines, Appy 43.11.
Yep.
Okay. Final game of the round, punters and dribblers. The mighty Manly Seagulls. This is Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mums out there. We appreciate all that you do.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Shout out to the mums. Big fan of them.
Big fan of them. Seagulls, Sharks, 4 Pines Park. Shout out to 4 Pines.
4 points.
Park.
4 points. 4 points.
Manly favourites here at $1.68?
Yeah.
Okay.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Safety blankets at fullback.
Just okay. $1.68 for Manly. All right. $2.20 for the Sharks. The line 2.5. The total 49.5 rugby league points. Nathan Corbet, the random stats guy. Some stats, please.
For weather for this one, I've looked up 4 different weather sites. 2 of them say it's going to be dry for this game. 2 of them say there's going to be a light drizzle. So play it by ear. Check it out before you go to the game. The Seagulls, they have won 8 of their last 9 Sunday afternoon home games. They have won 6 of their last 8 day games against the Cronulla Sharks. However, the Sharks haven't lost at 4 Pines since 2019, winning their last 3 games at that venue. I think the Seagulls should get the job done thanks to their fullback Tom Trebojevic. Trebojevic, who seems to just keep winning games when he's playing. For try scorers, you got Kale Iro. He scored in all 5 games and is somehow $2.60 for this game. A left centre scored in 2 of the last 4 games against Manly. However, I wouldn't be allowed on this podcast without giving a Manly try scorer, and Tolatau Kula is the guy I'm looking at here. 5 tries in his last 5 games, including a try in 3 consecutive home games. He's also scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Sharks. He's $2.95.
Also, interestingly, in this game, Roo, interested to have your thoughts here, but it feels like they've decided to stick with Jazz at 13 and move Jake into the front row.
I love it.
So do I.
As someone that picked up Jazz off the waiver wire at 6 a.m. this morning, I'm a big fan. I've also got Jake Simpkin at hooker in the draft team at the moment, boys, who I thought played the best game of his career the other day.
Agreed.
I think it's a really good call.
Yeah,
Seagulls.
Jazz has a bit more. He's got faster feet.
Yes, he's got a bit of Aaron Clark to him over at the Wires.
The bald eagle, they call him.
Yes, yeah. Good little Instagram follow too. He goes rogue here and there.
Does he really?
Yeah,
What
he's
sort
a
of
good follow.
rogue? Politically?
I'd rather not comment, but he
Okay.
does go rogue here and there.
Okay,
I'll tell you after.
Well, who was calling him like pump rock Tavanga?
Heavy.
Metal Tavanga? Was that Fred?
Was it Fred? Fucking Fred. Shout out to Hectic Fred.
Shout out to Heavy Metal Tavanga. If you don't get it, you're an idiot.
I'm taking Manly here -2.5. The favoritism thing kind of rocked me a little bit just to see that there. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's Ned's just trying to fuck with us a little bit. And by that I mean directly with us. Not the punter and the dribble. They wouldn't do that. 2.5 points, though. I'm confident in Manly. I like the way we look with Jazz at 13. Jake at the front. Let's go, boys.
Just feels like smart decisions have been made, Tom. And when smart decisions have been made and you're playing in front of the faithful on Mother's Day, Manly owe us a 13-plus drubbing. That's what they owe us. We, as fans, are owed that. And I expect it to be delivered. More so because it's been a tough week. It's been a tough couple of weeks. It's been a tough couple of months, really, if you want to get down to brass tacks. All I want is on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock is to sit down on the couch. Hopefully my daughter's asleep and I can just watch 2 hours of football uninterrupted and watch Manly hump Turbo score as well as go at $12.06. I know it's fucking not the greatest bet of all time. I know it's probably a bit bold. It's probably a bit beautiful, but I don't care. That's what I want to be happy.
Yep.
It's like saying, mate, Yogo mixes aren't healthy. I know that. I know they're not healthy, mate. I get it, but I love them. So just let me have something, you know?
Is that what it's like?
This is a let me have something bet, you know?
Yeah.
Just give it to me.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I've got the Sharkies going to Brookvale and winning in a tight one. Sharks 1-12. It's Mother's Day. If Manly was a mother, you know her favourite kid would be Tommy Turbo. If Cronulla was a mother, you know their favourite kid would be Nico Hines. Both will cross $32.77.
Okay, so a bit of Mother's Day bet there from Roo. Like it.
Also,
mother's
Dally M
favourite.
medals back to back with each other. So
Okay.
there's a bit of synergy there.
Yeah.
Mother's favourite. Lippy must be a Manly fan. I hope he is. Turbo first try scorer. Turbo Hattie, $120.
Fuck, that's not a bad bet.
I
Even
gotta
though
be
he's only
honest.
scored 1 try a year.
This Jake Maloney's had a bit about him.
And he hasn't got the respect or the attention that he deserves.
That again, there's
Name
reasons.
like that, you're never going to.
No, but there's reasons for that, and we've explained them, so don't make me go over them again.
Yeah. Don't shit down me throat. All right.
Masood Storm.
That's our bets. Let's get some unit scoop and some hot seats. Obviously, all of Sebo's bets will appear on the About Even Instagram, which if you don't follow, you should go follow. Excuse me as I almost vomit into the microphone. Unit scoopers. I'm going to keep this nice and simple for all you fucks. Every one of my lines there into a multi, 187.33. Azaki, baby.
Here we are.
Can't wait till you put $5 on that.
Azaki,
Don't get
baby.
the fucking bet again.
Let's go.
Here we are.
Hey, listen, it's another chance to be great.
No, he just won't put all the legs on.
Yeah,
He'll put it on.
confident.
no, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm not going to fuck that up twice.
Right, okay.
I could.
I've got Hammer, AKP, Tail Lungy, and Turbo 1680.
I am going to lean right into my Melbourne Storm bloodbath theory. I'm going to take the Storm to be the highest scoring team this week and the Tigers to be the lowest scoring team this week, $20.80.
And the Lippy, Adokar, Schiller, Sharp, Dragons, Pap, Turbo 49.40. They're the unit scoopers.
That's the unit scoopers.
Hot seat.
Hot seat. Now, we're just going to do the hot seat in here without getting it all lit up and stuff because Sebo's not here. But the lay of the rugby league land, punters and dribblers, if Sebo hits his hot seat this week, he wins the $1,000 he does. If he does not, it automatically goes to one Edward Simpson, and that would be a very upsetting fate for everyone on the desk because he's already up by heaps.
It'd just be nice. I haven't got a hot seat before, so I feel like I'm owed one.
I've got one. Seb's got one, is he?
You're the only one without one.
You've each got one except me.
Right, okay.
So I'm up.
It'd be nice.
It'd be nice. I'm up. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. He's got Raiders -2.5, which is I like that.
I like that
I'm with the Doggies.
I think that's a good bet from Sebo personally, but what the fuck would I know? As I've said, that's it. We're done. Shout out to Neds once more. Thank you all for putting up with all of us this episode. Shout out to Tobler for staying awake after sleeping in a Venroy robe all weekend.
My life's so tough.
Yeah, sorry you're tired after sleeping in a Venroy robe all weekend. Oh, fuck, dude, I was up working. Oh, these fucking silk sheets and shit.
And he's going like this. I'm watching him. He hasn't fucking switched
guy.
shit. It's been on me the whole time.
Shout out to Rando.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tobler. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website